month in the partnership series, we're going to be talking about picking up your horse's feet. Now, whether this is something you need for daily care or for a visit with the farrier, it's something that every horse owner should be able to do with a trusting and willing partner. Now, before we go troubleshooting why you might be having trouble with this, we're going to look at it from the horse's point of view. Horses by nature are prey animals, and their legs are their flight line. If something were to happen, they need to be able to run away from danger. So when we pick up their feet, even if it's just for a couple of moments, they can feel threatened and vulnerable in that situation. Now, a lot of our horses are pretty domesticated, so then we have another way to look at it. Is our horse saying, "I can't," and they're a little bit more right-brained and still unconfident about it? Or are they saying, "I won't," and being left-brained and dominant? So I'm hoping to give you a couple strategies that can help whichever box you fall in and help you be able to create a safe experience for you, your horse, and your farrier. Let's start with right-brained and unconfident. If your horse falls into this category, I want to help you build your horse's confidence with you being at a safe distance. So we have lots of tools we could use to do this. First, let's look at a carrot, stick, and string. So I'll start with the front feet here. And first, I'm just going to play friendly game, make sure I can go all the way down the horse's leg without them getting too worried about it. Once I have that established, I'm actually going to teach him to yield from pressure and teach him that he can lift up his leg without getting worried about it. So we can bring the savvy string around here, make sure he's okay with that, and then start applying steady pressure either here or up above the knee. And I'm just going to see if he can figure out how to yield to that pressure. Good. And then release. Perfect. So that's something we can do on the front and back legs. Oftentimes we get more nervous with the hind legs, so just make sure that you take advantage of the stick and the distance it gives you. Pat says that the carrot stick is nothing more than an extension of our arm. So you can see I'm just simulating as if I were rubbing with my own hands on the horse's hind leg. Then we can use the string and same way, play a little bit of friendly game, get him used to that motion. And then I'm going to apply steady pressure and see if he could yield. Good. And just notice that I have the lead rope around my elbow that's closest to the horse. This way, if anything were to happen, I can just reach down and grab it, but I'm not controlling him, because if we get up here, the horse is already feeling claustrophobic, and if we start gripping, we're just going to add fuel to that fire. So that's one way we can do it, but we also have another tool. If you have an extra 12-foot line, they're designed pretty cool because you can actually take off the swivel snap and give yourself even more distance. So what if we were to take off this snap and make a loop? So I'm going to put the loop on the ground and see if I could have him step into it. And then start teaching him about holding his foot up for longer periods of time. So once he gets it in there, I'm just going to cinch the rope up. And now I have the distance. We can practice the two main positions that the farrier is going to need them to have their leg. So first we can practice them yielding to this pressure and holding their leg up in front as if it were on the filing stand. Or we can step back here by the shoulder and practice holding their leg up as if it were between their legs as they trim, file, and nail on the shoes. So this is a great way to practice building your horse's confidence, holding their leg up for long periods of time without getting worried about it. Just make sure that you keep the lead rope attached to their halter in the arm closest to the horse. Let's say that your horse falls into the other category. They're the ones that say, "I won't," and "you can't make me." And honestly, we can't. If we tried to have a tug-of-war with his leg, I'm going to lose. I know it, he's way stronger than me. So I'm going to think outside the box and use a different strategy. So most of us have learned the traditional way to pick up their feet is to squeeze the chestnut, that little scabby thing on the inside of their leg. But if they're not listening to that, instead of pinching harder, what if we added rhythmic pressure? So I could use my hoof pick and tap here on the inside, or I could even use my foot or my boot to tap on his hoof wall. But you can see here, he's more of a dominant horse by nature, but through my relationship and the partnership I built with him, he's saying, you don't have to kick me or add extra pressure. Let me help you. So this is the goal. This is what we're looking for. So the two things I would love for you to take away from this is, number one, take advantage of the tools that we have, these long ropes and extensions of our arms, and build progress and trust with your horse from far away so that you can both stay safe. And secondly, really take ownership that it's our responsibility to prepare the horse for those visits with the farrier. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or confusions, go ahead and send me an email or make a comment on this post, and I would be happy to help you.